hello. Good morning to the apes out there. I know you guys, or the apes anyway, are incredibly happy with themselves. Their sneaky AMC sitting for $42 before. New intro coming. Here we go, guys. Get hyped. It's Wednesday morning. Stock market open. I barely have juice. Wow. WTF. He's late again. Come on, guys. It's Wednesday. I run lots of webinars. Give me some slack. Give me some slack. See you soon. Hey everybody, is any of you rich today? Oh, I found water. Don't worry guys, I found water. Who's rich today? Anybody out there? You made $100,000 in AMC? Anyone made $100,000 in AMC? My God, that thing is high. Yesterday we saw it come down a little bit. It hit around that 28.50. Then it went ballistic again. Today it went out of control. Well, actually after hours it went out of control. Can it hold it? Will it have problems with $40? We will try to understand the basic human psychology of the apes. But can we do it? I'm not sure. Welcome to the 300 plus of you joining us this morning. Great to have you here. Remember, smash that like button, guys. Do it whenever you feel like, but ideally do it now. It will help us out. So Shal Suma says, nope, still poor. Truly Messiah says, Tom is rich. Not off this one. No. No. Not off this one. I would say I'm modest. Okay, you got to be modest, guys. $31.99 on the close for AMC. $39.22 in the pre-market open here. We'll go down to the 1 hour. Can we understand anything about the basic human psychology of the apes? First off, they just like pushing it higher. Secondly, they do like hitting round numbers. We didn't so much see it with $30, but to a degree you did. Because remember, it hit just before 30 and it actually sold off considerably. It went down $4. It then went to 35. It sold off considerably. Then it bought up off the $25. So this is clearly very much prehistoric trading from the action of basic human psychology. Will this have problems with 40? I would say yes. I say if we open, I wouldn't be surprised at all for us to go close to 40 and then find some resistance short selling paper hands. Why? Because people have been talking about 40. We've seen people have calls around $40, and every $5 increment from now on AMC is the key zone. It's got nothing to do with anything but basic human psychology. I am 100 air, says Alpha T. Very good, Alpha. I'm glad for you. Darth Sidious, US $2. I support of Tom's Rubbish Bitter Fund. Which rubbish bitter? Oh, in support of Tom's Rubbish Bitter Fund. Are you talking about my beer for Friday? The beer? We haven't decided which one we're going to do yet. Maybe we'll drink some Australian beer this time around. Maybe my choice. Probably not. It sounds like I always have to drink terrible beers. Is that how it goes, community? Is that how it goes? As always, we're going to actually do it straight away. Let's get the straw poll out of the way. I want to see the straw poll. So we'll start up a straw poll. Up or down for the stock market today? What do you guys think? Let's have a quick look here. So it is flat as a tack. So here we go. Stock market today. All right. And then we're going to have green and we're going to have red. So yesterday, you guys all voted green. 83% voted green. It was red. Well, at least it wasn't really. Actually, it was green. So you technically won, you sneaky dogs. You did win because it was up like 0.2% or something like that. But today is a very fair chance to see what happens here. So let's do it. I'm going to vote. No, I'm not going to vote. Not yet. All right, let's chuck that in. So yesterday, you guys got it pretty close. Tell me what you think. There you go. The straw poll is in the room. Let me know now, guys. I'm going to vote as well in just a few moments. We'll get that ready. And then we'll start talking about what's going on in the markets today. I am super interested to see what happens. We're basically on support for the Nasdaq. We found dollar index busting through a high here. I'm going to go with this because I'm feeling optimistic. All right, here come the votes. Wow. Look at this. All the way down the middle right now. 23 versus 20. Keep them coming in if you can, guys. And we'll start taking a bit of information from the community here. Basat said slightly down 0.25%. It was red? Nah. Only the Nasdaq was red. You got to remember, it's about whether it was up in the morning and it went red by the end of the day, but the end of the close was still green from the previous open. See, still green, guys. Not red. Today, you guys let me know what's going on. Then we'll go through it. So AMC opens 38.90. Let's say hypothetically, I could definitely see it powering to just underneath 40 or around 40 and then finding some weakness. Will it come down and find support on like a 36.68 or will it be 35? My thought process would be pull back into the 35, quite achievable after it hits something around 40. Why? Previous peaks over here. There will be buyers at this price based on what we saw yesterday. There's going to be a lot of hype, a lot of anticipation, a lot of crazy apes out there trying to get their positions in. So just remember, it's all about these key $5 increments. With that said, let's start getting through the markets. We'll start with the Nasdaq. So the votes are in at this point, and it looks like you guys are completely split down the middle. 57% green, 43% red. So that's with almost 100 votes coming through. So yeah, looks like most people have no idea, which is kind of similar to where the market's at. Let's break down what we do know. And one thing we do know is that we've got this index literally trapped, and it's trapped hardcore. We've got supports here all the way down through the lows. We've got resistances all the way through the highs here, and we've got the consolidation in between. We've been mentioning this zone now for quite a few days. We know we're trapped. Yesterday, it looked like it was going to go out. 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour is the most important chart for us to be looking at. Why? Because the 4 hour is showing us where the confirmation break is going to be. Now, whether it goes down or whether it goes up, ideally up, okay? We want to see up market, not down market right now. Some of you want nasty red, but you know, I'm cool with the green. I'm cool with the green myself. Personally, I'm okay with the green. You can give me red a little bit later, but we'll have to find out. Now, it is coiling down here, or spring loading, as some people are now calling it. And this level of structure is important because if we do close under here, I actually expect fairly sharp selling to 13,400. I think day traders, swing traders, other people will get involved and short it off. I think also for day traders out there that are looking for opportunities today, the way I'd break down this market is I'd literally just be sitting in here and I'd be like, well, we're seeing a lot of consolidation. I'd be going down the 15-minute chart. I'd be having a look through this resistance and I'd say, damn, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 resistances. Is there a trade to the long side here up into this? Is there still range here? There certainly could be. So you've got very clear direction on the fake market futures here in the markets. You've got lots of consolidation down the bottom. You've got the better trades coming through when it gets under 13.6 to 13.4. If it doesn't do that and it reverses and goes up here, it should hit the 13.75. And if it goes through the 13.75, it should go to 14,000. I think it's that simple. I'm going to say it's trapped on in. That's the way I'm looking at it from the price action perspective at this point. Now, I have been sent today, so many people are sending me this chart. It must come from a YouTuber. It must come from, I don't know who the hell it comes from, but obviously everyone's gone crazy with this wick off thing. They're just going mental about it. It's not new, guys. It was like created a long time ago. It's like the first time people found out about Elliott Wave or they found out about price action or structure. We might go over that chart a little bit later with the stock market, but for now, trapped on in. That's the way I'd look at it for the day. The reason I would look at that is because the S&P 500, the most important chart, is still doing a very similar thing. Look, resistance, 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 resistance. Are day traders going to be looking for closures above here? Yes. Will they be finding little bits of pressure here at 42.10? Sure. But then you get through 42.10, you've got a lot of green sky, as I call it. People would call it blue sky, but I call it green because there could be profit there. And you also have a very clear zone of support, at least on this time frame, which is around that 41.95 zone. Now, you know I don't care about the 41.95 unless you're a scalper, because I think it's all about 41.80 for the S&P 500. And I'll explain to you why. If you go to a daily, you think about where it's been rejecting recently. Obviously, this is a very nasty looking futures candle. Very nasty futures candle, guys. And if it gets through resistance into support, then we break through this, well, we know we're in for some shorting action. So there's lots of decision that's going to come. We've identified as a community together the key zones, and I think all of these are important. I think also if AMC and GME get too out of control, that also may create some bearish action in the markets as well. Justin V says AMC will probably go down with the bell today. I think AMC will struggle in the bell. Because there's just going to be so many people that have made tens of thousands of dollars overnight, and there's a lot of day traders in there. So you've obviously got the big movement, you've got the big 8 movement that goes forward, and then you've got this subsection of, let's call me, and those subsection of me are like sitting there going, how much money and when can I get out? Because I want to get out at these portions. Now, let's just say we're not necessarily going to be the subsection of the people that are believers. They're the greedy ones. They're the greedy people that just want to get in there for a profit and get in and get out. They're the ones that obviously will push it up and down through these psychological points. And that's why you need to understand every $5 is important for AMC. Mexican Silverback says, if AMC goes past 50, I'll buy you some case of Victoria Mexican what? Oh, the message got taken away. Mexican Silverback, I'm going to watch you in the stream. I don't know what you said. But whatever happened with that retractment, you owe me a case of beer. It sounds like. It sounds like you owe me a case of beer. Mike H, $4.99. Please check back in with my pesky rat stock SNES. Is that Super Nintendo? Pesky rat stock. I remember this one. Oh, yes, sir. Biotechnology, looking good. SNES stock. Yes. Yes. So why I like this, you've got support. Lots of market structure through the 140. That's nice. Then on top of that, you also have a key level of resistance that's coming through here as well. So you've got this really nice level where you've got effectively a trough, a peak, a higher trough, and a higher peak. A little bit extra closure here, maybe even above this zone, and you could be in for some serious action. So maybe like $1.72 plus. If you've got $1.72 plus, then you've got a good chance of moving higher towards maybe like a $2.12, $2.20 area. I think that's super important to be looking at in terms of market structure. Yeah. And earnings came out here, so you'd be aware of whatever happened there, I'm sure. I like the base. I like what we're seeing price action-wise. How big is this company? It's puny. It's so puny. 20.471 million. Wow, that's small. So we can really move if it moves. And that's probably why you've seen these big movements. Look at that, $3 each time. Geez, you would want to have some serious paper. You want to have massive diamond hands to get past this zone, wouldn't you? Every time it gets there, you got to bail out. So it's like a 1-to-1 trade. Good luck. And at this stage, it looks good on the chart. Maybe a little bit more action. Another 3-4 cents will make the difference for the price action. Mountain Fortress says, nobody knows if AMC will go up or down. If large shareholders take profits, it will tank with pressure from swing traders. I totally agree with you, Mountain Fortress. It's not predictable at all from the action of what a big person will do. If a fund comes out and dumps it, which effectively they're within their rights, and there are some funds that took some nice interest in those stocks, they might want to say, hey, we've made some good money. Let's get out of here. Let's start selling to the retail crowd. That's a really real issue. It is a really real issue. The other thing, though, is we don't know whether someone's getting liquidated. So if someone's getting liquidated at this stage, we don't know that, and we haven't seen it. But if they do, then of course that's going to pressure it through. It's a very interesting scenario, and I'll definitely keep watching it as we go along. JB super chat $4.99. BNB up. What's your thoughts for the day? Okay, we'll go through the cryptos as we usually do early here. So let's go through BTC, and then we'll go into BNB, which is your request, and we'll do Ethereum as well. So I've been watching this very closely on the 8-hour. Okay, so BTC, I've been watching very closely on the 8-hour, and I am starting to like some of the action I'm seeing here on the 8-hour and the 4-hour. Basically, we are getting close to hopefully a decision being made that this thing can go long. And you go through and you kind of go, okay, well, do we have a trend line that we can draw through there? Meh. What I'm doing is I'm actually drawing this one, guys. I'm drawing through the tops here. And I'm thinking about it from the perspective of 38,000 and this little resistance peak. I'm also watching it from body closures. Now, I've said before, I don't necessarily like Bitcoin and crypto trading right now from a trading perspective, but from an investment perspective, there are still levels. So here's a closure point that I'd be looking at above this little long leg doji. That should then bring into this trend line down. If this trend line gets broken, I feel like then we actually go and we go to the 42K. So I'm actually watching this trend line here through these last peaks. I'd put it on the chart. I think it will coincide very nicely. Let's say we hit 38K around here. Imagine if then we break it, retest 42. That's the type of thing I'm looking for in the crypto market right now. That trend line I would have on my charts and I would continue to watch it. The other thing is it'll intersect very nicely with these top level as well that we've seen. So it all comes down to probably something like this and then 42, 42 and a half. That's the area we go to next. Ethereum clearly stronger than BTC overall. Much better looking chart here. Great support being found through that 2,500 zone. We're going back up to test it. As soon as we get a new high here, where do we go? 29 to 3,000. So some strength coming back there into the crypto market. We go over to Binance Coin. Let's do that now. BNB. That should be fine. Yes, nice breakout occurring here off the previous peak, much stronger than the other ones. Binance Coin always has done well, and it's done well because technically Binance is incredibly solid broker. They have very good risk management concepts in play, and you can see the big closure happening here. This is effectively a giant trough, peak, high trough, high peak. That's the type of sequence that takes you out of a bear trend and starts to put you in 500 plus thought process. I don't think ultimately BNB coins TA is going to outpace Bitcoin or Ethereum. If Ethereum and Bitcoin fail or they fail to make new highs, this will come down. So I take this with a grain of salt right now. That's just my opinion. But yeah, it looks very strong, and you've got your trough, you've got your peak, you've got your higher trough, you've got your lightning bolt. It's going to close hopefully in the next 3 hours, 39 minutes. And you're correct in your analysis of this thing getting up. Maybe 450 first stop, second stop around 500. Every 50 from that perspective will be important for Binance Coin. Looks good, man. Looks good. So my thoughts, JB, they're the ones. Nikal Sharma, super chat 150. Hi, Tom. Could you please look at Inox Leisure stock for me? Certainly can. We'll do it now. Inox Leisure. Yes. So big bounce that's been occurring. I assume you've been in this for a little bit. I think we've done it before because clearly we have lines here. It smashed through that resistance. Now it's found kind of like a 2 peak area. Let's go to the 4 hour. Trend line still intact on this type of trend line, this very aggressive one, 2 hour. Oh, geez. We don't have any moving averages on this chart, but I don't think I need them. Basically speaking, this is in a very aggressive trend. I wouldn't be too concerned if it comes down to 300. And ideally, it bounces right here, right now through the next market session and you see pick up. You need to make a new high pretty stat to hold this. Otherwise, you could be going back down to 300. But 300 should be very actively support buying for you. I would say there's moving averages there as well. So yeah, I don't mind it. I think it's okay. I think one of the reasons it may be stopped here is got to do with this issue that goes through all the peaks. So there is a bit of a kind of downward sloping line here that we've got going through, and that's all intersecting around the same point. So for me, I'd say $300 is kind of like the bad case scenario here. And ideally tomorrow it picks up straight away and starts bouncing back up, because it's been doing 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But this time around, it didn't do 2 steps forward. It did like 1.5 steps forward, made a new high barely, and then started coming back. So it is weakening. Keep looking at it, and thank you very much. Growth stocks are going to get crushed soon, says Justin V. I'm not sure if it's going to get crushed. I think growth stocks are still looking okay. They've been crushed. Are you talking about hypergrowth? Hypergrowth got completely crushed. I think in tech, they should be okay. Jack Fedawar, Super Chat $4.99. Can you take a look at VC? Been buying puts on it on its way down, hoping that's still a good plan. VC. Vortex Consolidated or Visiton? I'm going to guess it's this one. Daily? Nope. Okay, it's unlikely that one. So it must be this one. I don't know which one it is, dude. You got to let me know, guys. If you do a super chat, let me know what index it's on, if there's a few codes for it. Because I don't know what index it's on. If it's this one or it's this one, I'll come back to it when one of the mods messages me about it. So, yeah. All right. Let's keep going around the market checkup. So, dollar index is probably what most eyes are on right now. You go down to the 8 hour, you'll see why. We had a very strong breakout, followed by now you're getting some consolidated selling. Now, ideally, for most people that are long in things like gold, people that are long in things like silver, and of course long in the stock market, this thing fails here and it doesn't keep going along, because that was a pretty nice, large, big aggressive move here from the dollar index. But notice how twice it's actually failed. So at this point it failed and came back down through our trend line. Then it went down. I'm going to show you a very important point. And if you ever see this point in trading, you should pay a lot of attention. So yesterday we talked about how we had these weak resistances. Okay, so they were resistance, resistance, resistance. It started shorting off. Then it came back up, and we talked about how these wicks, if you ever closed above them, was going to be incredibly significant. Well, it happened. And when it happened, it took this from being in a downtrend and looking really weak to being in a very aggressive buy day trade. That is a very aggressive buy day trade. This sequence here, I would put on the wall. It's that good a sequence. It's a very hot style of trade. You've got support into resistance, multiple wicks. You've got a closure above, and then you get a little bit of coiling here with the slingshot. It's a very, very nice trade. Good stuff. Very good stuff. What we might do is, just for some people, we're going to leave AMC here just so people can feel good today, because it is moving a lot. And I understand you guys want to see this to a degree. So we're going to just leave it there on the screen as we do some analysis over here. I'm not sure which VC you want though, Jack. Let me check my screen, see if I've got anything. Mexican Silverback. I'll ship you a case of Victorian Mexican beer if AMC goes past $50 today. Oh, that's not going to happen, I hope. But I hope it does for you. This was basically the message I removed. Oh, $50 today? Come on, baby. Get up there. I need this Mexican beer. I need this Mexican beer. Visiton was the thing from Jack. Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you for that. Visiton. So it is this one? Okay. This is really weird trading. So you've been buying puts on this. I assume what you've been doing is trading this trend line and just going, okay, every time it shorts, it's going to short off this line. I'm going to buy puts and profit from it to decline. At this point, you have nothing to be concerned about. But you know what? If it closes above this trend line, you have things to be concerned about. I wouldn't think that that's negative anymore from a technical perspective. I mean, look at this. This is one of those great, beautiful channels on the way down. And then you close above here. If you get that closure above, no good for puts anymore, Jack. But at this stage, it's okay. I mean, you're just at the level. You need to see reversal, and ideally you see reversal today. Basically, you do not want this thing to go any higher today. No closure out would be the answer to that one. No closure out. Joseph De Sousa, $4.99. Hey, Tom, appreciate the stream. Really learned a lot. That's awesome. Would you be looking to open, or would you be open to looking at Humble for me? Ticker HMBL. Sure, can do. Thank you for the donation. Humble. We'll go to gold in just a few seconds. Don't worry, everyone. 164 daily. 38.40 on AMC, by the way. So we're going to need to go like a weekly. Pull that in. Jeez, that's been through the wars. So it's come down all the way down here. Have we seen any real pullbacks? No. Jeez, it's tough. It's obviously recovering, which is great. It's gone up quite considerably, back into a resistance. I would think it turns here and finds selling, and ideally it comes off this level, which is the moving averages, probably on a 4-hour as well. And it finds support there and then moves to a new peak, and then you go towards the 2, etc., etc. This is the right thing, but for it to just go vertical is not really healthy. Ideally, it goes up, a little bit of a pullback, new high, and then you can be much more confident that you're going to start moving really heavily back into this level. And you know where your zone is. Like, I would not be holding this thing up after this, especially with the recovery that's coming through it. 200 simple moving average around this zone. Big issues here at the 270. So I think it could sell off a little bit here, maybe move down to the 2050, and then hopefully if it makes a new high after that, it goes towards that 260, 270 area. Very key zone, cool stuff, and yeah, I wish you the best on the HMBL. Thank you very much to all the subscribers as well, and guys that have given us a like today. Appreciate all of you. Very good. So we saw the dollar index is going a little bit long here. Now it's shorting off. It's all going to come down to probably the daily close. So daily close was weak. Where does the daily close end today? And this is going to be very important for gold. So at this stage, it's been rejecting that 20 exponential moving average on the daily. You need that to keep happening. Gold traders starting to bull here because of the weakness coming in from the US dollar. So we still currently are very bullish on gold towards the 1930. We're very bullish on it. Corey, we'll do it in a sec, but don't spam the BB too much, man. We'll do that in a second. Don't worry. We're going to cover all of the squeeze stocks today. So here we've got gold. 1906 to 1930 is the idea. I'm going to look at it on a 4-hour because I think that this 50 moving average and this 1890 zone is so critical to gold. I'm going to put that line. There's a line in the sand. We're going to smash that down right there. So ideally gold goes up, dollar index comes down, and we move towards the 1930 zone. Okay, the 1930 zone is all powerful and important. Then 1960 is the next area. And it's going to come down to today's daily close. Gold is having a good session right now, though, with this recovery. So where does gold go bearish? I did some thinking about this in the webinar before that we do every week for private members in our Discord community. And 1890 was what we came up with. This 1888, 1890, a closure below that is going to signal some pretty heavy shorting. And we believe that shorting is going to go somewhere around the daily 20 level, which is previous resistance around that 1870-ish 5. So very important that gold goes bullish here, and it is doing so for you. Silver, another one. Terrible candle yesterday, guys. Look at this. But it's back on the 20 moving average. It's back on the channel that we've got here. See that channel that we've got through all of the series of previous lows. So it's still bullish at this stage, but boy, oh boy, is it very close. So we have to be laser focused on these ones, silver and the gold. Ideally, we get a daily close at least above this 2820. We've been looking for it every day. We just keep failing. Fail. So imagine if we get above. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal. Rav Penchellingham, Australian $5 goes, yeah, boy. Why, Rav? Are you in AMC and you're making lots of money? Is that why? Or are we talking about gold? Which one, man? Both are good. And ideally, this one goes to 40 for you guys, and as high as it can go. Why not? Why not? As high as it can go. So silver trend line looking good at this stage. Let's move around to a few other things. So we've got US oil still looking incredibly strong. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of the US oil up to the 75, 76 zone over the next coming weeks, and we'll continue to follow it through. I think it'll just kind of be like 2 steps up, 1 step back. The more negative the media goes on it, the more bullish I get. That's usually the way. On the weekend, I couldn't have seen more negativity towards gold. Then all of a sudden, things started switching today, and all of a sudden it was like a little bit of that discussion about the $100 gold price target. Will be out by that time. There'll be no gold discussion that I'll be having past 76, ideally, unless it breaks through very, very heavily and we have to go back in participation phase. But at this stage, great movement above. We kind of spotted it here on the channel. I think we did a great job as a community on that. Closure above here, above the 66.50. That was the real deal. And then, of course, now we've seen the beginning of the follow through. But mark my words, I believe it's going to be like this. 2 steps forward, 1 step back on its direction towards that level. I also think that if we look at something like the 2-hour chart, we're currently following a 50 for the deeper pullbacks and a 20 for the shallower pullbacks. So I'm under no illusions that this oil rally part here could be slower than some people do expect. Yeah, I definitely think it could. Mortal Kombat Master. Super chat at $5. Cool name, dude. Thoughts on Neo? Been wanting to buy a call, but I'm new, so not sure what time frame or what level to try one at. Okay, let's have a look at Neo for you. What we might do as well is we'll add in AMC here and GME as well. And what's the other one? SP, CE, and BB. So we'll put the squeezes on the screen so you guys can see them on the right hand side. So there's all the squeeze levels. BlackBerry 14.8, Space, bad. I think that's over. I'm going to delete it. Get out of there. Get out of there, Space. That hit 35, which was our best target level that we had for it. 249 yesterday for GME, currently 248, just so you guys know. Now, what were we doing? We're doing Neo. Okay. Neo. 4205. So when did we go feeling bullish on Neo? Well, originally it was back down here. So we had the 2-hour chart. I remember it. And we watched it go from a series of lower highs and lower lows and then start to consolidate, go past 35. And this chart always looked better than Tesla. We mentioned how it looked better than Tesla. The problem with Neo is you're right at resistance now. So we go back to the daily chart, and what you're going to notice is that you're at resistance. So is this the best time to buy a call? Usually not. And the reason why is you're right at resistance. You're right around this zone. You're also at a point where, there's just been a break closure. So if you want that, you might be able to say, okay, I want to buy it. It's a very tough point to buy a call because of the huge move that's just happening. The implied volatility will be high. The cost to you will be high. And what's your best case scenario? Sometimes in options, it's actually better not to trade the option purely because there's so much implied volatility. And you, as an option buyer, are paying a hell of a lot of premium and you need a hell of a lot of movement. Now, AMC fans have been doing well because they're paying incredible amounts of premium, but the speed of the move is way higher than even the implied volatility could be at. But usually it won't be that way. Usually it will certainly not be that way. This is tough. The way I would do it if I was buying a call is I'd wait for the closure above. I'd wait for it to hit this resistance. Most likely pull back at that point because I wouldn't be too greedy on it. And on these negative days, when it comes back down, it tests this level where the resistance becomes support. This is where I'd go in and start to pick it up. Why? Because you're going to pay less on the implied volatility and therefore be able to actually make some money from it. It's not about just picking the fact that it's going up or down. It's about the amount of time it's going to take. And on top of that, how much are you paying for it? If you pay $3 for it and your best case scenario was $6, it may not even be worth buying the option. You know what I mean? It may not even be worth buying the option. So at this stage, I would say learn a little bit more. Neo certainly is moving strongly, but I would be looking for it to get through the 43.50 zone, then coming back, retesting it from that level, or it fails here for a little bit and comes back down to these two moving averages. So on the daily, the 200 simple moving average. So this green line, that line there, and the 50. That's what I'd be looking for. Richard Haynes says, AMC at 38 is screaming sell. Yeah, but look, as I said the other day, someone donated quite considerably and they were talking about, what do you do? And I said, you got to scale out. I thought Bitcoin was a great sell at $15. Was I wrong? Was I wrong, guys? I think I was wrong at $15, yeah? So this is a little bit different. I obviously know a lot more than I knew when Bitcoin was $15, but the point is that, sometimes scaling out of orders is the best thing. Could AMC go to 50? Absolutely. Could it go to 10,000 like everyone says or people are talking about? I tend to believe no, but you know what? Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. That's a bit sane. I think there are some insane calls. Like when people say Ethereum to 10K this cycle, pretty tough to do. Maybe possible, but like Cardano to like $25 this cycle. I just don't think I can see it at this stage. Those kind of calls are mad, but there are some more realistic ones that come through. Justin says, anyone have nuggets here? What do you mean, man? What nuggets? Palantir mooning. Let's have a quick look at PLTR. Palantir. By the way, thanks everybody. Thanks for the 1,250 people joining us here for the session market open. We've obviously got AMC sitting at 38.87. Appreciate all the subscribers as well coming through. Palantir is not mooning right now. 23.05 ain't giving us the moon. It's not giving us the moon. So Mortal Kombat Master, to answer your question, continue to look at calls, continue to understand implied volatility. Look it up. You got to learn about it or do our course, fxevolution.com. Links in the description below. Might be good for you. Karamaga has super chat at $4.99. I sold my calls on NUE yesterday and I bought last week. Did I sell them too soon? Let's have a look at NUE. A new call. You sold them yesterday. Well, you got a nice day of close. No, I don't think so. I mean, we did this one. We were talking about how far it was away from the weekly car. If that was your plan and you wanted 110 for them, which I think we actually discussed. I mean, from some perspectives, you would think this thing's a vertical ship and you're trying to pick the high. It's broken out strong. It's gone very vertical. It's a steel manufacturer. Obviously, currently we're seeing steel and we're seeing iron ore and we're seeing minerals and metals go very, very strong. I do believe that we're somewhere around the closure point. I saw some stuff that was shared in the private Discord community talking about copper and how copper is the most glorious thing ever to own and blah, blah, blah. Usually when those types of articles come through and we see this huge bullish sentiment into materials, you would know the channel here, we've been in this thing for a long time. Materials we've been in for ages. I'm starting to feel like they're getting too hot for their own boots. This one here is on all-time highs. Is that correct? Absolutely smashing the previous 08 highs. Maybe this company is just glorious, but I tend to think that it's not a bad play. You're probably going to get a cheaper price than this. Move on. Don't look at it anymore. That's a top tip. If you're in a trade and you've taken a profit and you're happy with that, don't torture yourself by looking at it. If you took profit at $25 on AMC and you're not back in, don't worry about it. Move on to the next thing, guys. Move on to the next thing. Don't become in love with that or feel remorseful. I've done that all. I've done it all. It's all bad. What you want to do is you want to just focus in on finding the next opportunity. Guess what? AMC was $12, $10, $9 a few months ago. It went to 20. It went all the way back down to 6. You had the opportunity twice. You'll have another opportunity again. You know what I mean? There's always another one. Never feel bad about taking a profit. So all good, Cara. I think it's all right. Darth Sidious, $2. Oil up because meme stocks need fuel to the moon. That could be correct, Darth. That could be correct. I think that's exactly where we're at. We need fuel to the moon, and that's why the oil is moving heavy. Bradley Back says there is still a huge supply issue in the US for materials, though. Contractors can't get the suppliers they need to do jobs. And if they find them, they are so overpriced. Hey, look, lumber's astronomically expensive still. It's obviously sold out everywhere. You need to remember that the stock market trades 12 months in the future, if not 18 months in the future. So what you're seeing on the ground level is important, and you needed to understand that months ago. It's kind of like our argument about coffee shops and possibly Square doing well for that. We'll maybe mention that a little bit later, the argument there. You are correct. There is a huge supply constraint. You've got problems in Brazil as well with several things. Look at coffee. Coffee's starting to spike. You got bad weather over there. So things are going up across the board. There is huge demand from all the governments, but eventually that will pull back. Now, if it pulls back in the next three to 6 months, it's going to be a brutal sell-off that happens through steel, that happens through materials, etc. It's just what's going to happen. So, yeah, I think that's fine. 38.47 currently on this. Let's have a quick look around the broader markets before we answer the next questions. Thanks to the 1,242 viewers here. Let me just quickly fix something on the stream. I'll put this pre-market up. Let me just quickly fix this. All right. There's the top one for today so far. Looks like it is Zoom video with the earnings that came out. And then, of course, we also have Toyota again coming through, Spotify, Visa, Zscaler, etc. Let me just quickly sort this out. Oh, that's fine. No worries. It's all good. It's all good. We got it done. So these are the greens that are coming through right now. Let's have a look at the reds. What do we got in the reds? We've got Team. We've got VMware. Salesforce down slightly, but still had a good earnings report. Tesla, SEA, Baidu. It's all pretty mad. All pretty mad stuff. So nothing too negative. Let's go to the stocks, the squeeze stocks. Pre-market, AMC up 20%, guys. BlackBerry up 16%. That's approaching a key resistance. We need to look at BlackBerry because someone said yesterday BlackBerry to 15. I said 14 is a big problem for it, and then past that point, I think it was like 14.20 or something. Past that point, well, it can be some serious business and squeeze. We've got Microvision somehow coming back through. Costs, another squeeze stock that people have looked at in the past, all doing quite well, and Sundial's really dropped off. So that had some big movement on it for a couple of days, made about 20%, and now it's consolidating. But Sundial is the true meme. That's a meme marijuana stock, that one. Let's have a look at BlackBerry. 13.43. So I think we had 14.25. Let's have a look at the daily. Yeah, somewhere in this 14 zone. It wasn't 15. Yep, around there, 14.25. So I think for BlackBerry holders, that zone there is going to be very powerful. And if you do hit it today, 13.47 pre, I expect some weakness to come through here. Obviously, past that point, wow, 20, possibly even 25, 28. So big moves through the BlackBerry squeeze if it continues to come through. That would be amazing stuff. All right, we'll catch up here. Thank you again, Darth Sidious. We've got Conscious saying $2.99. JAGX, Tom, biotech and looks strong thus far. JAGX. Cool. Sounds like that crazy TV show Jag. Is that back in the showing my age? That was a while ago. Jag. JAGX. I like it. Let's have a look. Downward trend lines, any trend line you draw here, all busted through, which is really important. Again, like all these hyper stocks, biotech stocks, they're coming strong. It's another very nice one. In fact, this looks very identical to the other trade, that one we saw at $1.72. Same idea. Double bottom, closure above. Looks good, dude. How big is this? 250 million. The old sneaky JAGX, and earnings came out as well and did nothing to it. So this biotech is moving after the fact. Nice. Profit zones, double bottom, leads into, yeah, very nicely into the 235. So still plenty of percentage there. What is that percentage wise? So pre-market's 182. So 182 to the top, 30%. Still very nice profit here. I like these biotechs, guys. I don't know which biotech's the best one out of these small ones. They're all very risky from the percentage of pump dumps, but that's the type of thing that is moving very nicely. Great coil consolidation. Let's have a look at the 1 hour on that. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Test, break. Nice. Could get back to 175, but it is looking strong overall. Thank you very much for the donation and bringing this to the attention of the community conscious. Appreciate it. Marcel Marza, you're finding the right type of stuff. Ron 10, hey Tom, QR please. Q-U-R-E. Cure. Very small, 1.5, oh bigger, 1.59 billion. Ugly looking trade in terms of just like the volume going through it. Let's have a look at the daily. Oh, just snapped some nasty weakness. So all this weakness was snapped off very recently. You can see the way it also, oh, that's nice. So we had breakthrough, pull back to it, movement up. I'd still like to see one more piece of action, 36 plus, and then we can go seriously to 40 and more. Yeah, that's already doing the right types of things. Like you can see here, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Closure, pullback. Would love to see 36 snapped. And at that point, participation phase to 40. And I think actually even higher based on what I'm seeing here with this price action. So yeah, it looks bullish for the first time in a long time on Cure. Britsu, $5. Hey Tom, I know you don't like Zoom, that's true, but it does look like it's about time to turn. Hey, you've come up with the right idea there, Britsu. I might hate a company because I didn't like its valuation before, but it doesn't mean that it won't. I don't hate Zoom. I just thought Zoom was overpriced for a long period of time, and it was, and that's why it got smashed, because it was crap. But yeah, I agree with you. We have to revisit these things, and sometimes they're going to provide us with opportunities. Is Zoom at 275 okay? Well, that's like catching the falling knife. But you know what I didn't like? Zoom at $600, guys. That was a ripoff. I didn't like it here. I didn't like it anywhere through there. Are we starting to see the signs of recovery? Let's go down the 4 hour. Got our pre-market 38 now on AMC, down about $4 from its peak. Actually, guys, can someone in the chat tell me what was the highest point AMC got to in the pre-post market? I saw 42.40. Justin V says Zoom is turning down at the open. Well, it is making the recovery that I think Britsu is spacing here. So he's probably drawn this. He's gone through the previous peaks. He's recognized that it's closed above that zone. And then like any of these hyper stocks, it had an earnings report which pushed it through. I haven't read this. So is the earnings report really good? Is it? Obviously, it's not terrible because otherwise the stock would get blasted. Maybe I'd wait for today's price action. 340 is still a very important resistance we want to close above to get above this 4 hour 200. But I do think it's doing the right thing. The closure looks good. The movement looks good. And the recovery is in play. Let's have a look at the weekly. Weekly 20, right around that 340. 340 for aggressive buyers. I think you're starting to see enough here to get in. For people that aren't aggressive, 340. And then hopefully some recovery through it. Here we go. People are coming in with AMC's highest point. Oh, I'm wrong. 44.75. Someone must have gone nuts when they saw that. My eyes, if I had the calls that I was looking at putting on, which I don't, I wish I did. Now I regret it, guys. I was going to YOLO with you last week. I really was. Was it last week? Yeah, it was last week. When was it? No, it was like when we see like $14. I was gonna YOLO some calls. Put 10 on it. Maybe 10 G's. That would have made so much money. Would have been like a house deposit, guys. Anyway, it didn't happen. That's all right. We move on. I'll stick with my biotechs. I'm a little sad, though. I was looking at it. I had the call strikes ready. I had everything ready, and then I just didn't click it. And why? Because I put it in biotech. I made a smidgen like this compared to what you guys did with your calls. Mr. Jerwin 10. Hey, Tom, I put all my money into Neo. Thoughts? Well, firstly, Mr. Jerwin, I hope that you love the stock and that you have the confidence in that stock like no other, and you have the ultimate diamond hand. Because, I see a lot of this nowadays. So this idea of diversification, it's dead with the millennials. They don't care about it. And I think, sometimes you see top-end portfolio managers like maybe Warren Buffett, and you look at his portfolio, it was never very diversified. He was the ultimate diamond hand. He is the diamond hand, actually, because he never sells the damn thing. So he buys the stock, he loves the stock, and he has the super diamond hand, and he just keeps holding it. And ultimately, he always says, if you close the market for 10 years, would you feel bad? Now, if you put all your money in Neo, I think there's a little bit of a risk there based on the fact that it's a hyper thing. But if you see the vision and that's the way you feel about it, good. I tend never to do that. I'm classically trained from that action. I usually go with a core satellite approach, and you can look at online and obviously make your own decisions. But core satellite is a pretty common concept, and that's where you have a portfolio of indices and you have a portfolio of individual stocks that you pick to beat the market. And that's where you're going to go a little fancy, a little crazy. And I'm not saying you have to have 50 stocks in your portfolio, but some indices, some great quality stocks that you believe in. And yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Rashad Wardell says, YOLO, baby. Yeah. Should have YOLO'd, Tom. Damn right I should have YOLO'd. Should have YOLO'd, guys. 10 G's. I was prepared to dump it into a pile. Burn it in the ground was what I was prepared to do. But that's all right. So, yeah, Britsu, thank you for the donation. Zoom looking all right, dude. Looking all right. We're not talking about no safe moon here. It's not all safe moon. Rashad says, push all your chips in. I've never been one to do that, though, and it served me okay. I think if I I don't push all my chips in. I've learned from really rich people that what really rich people do is they have their core portfolio, and then they have a second portfolio, which is called the YOLO. They don't call it YOLO. They call it their gambling money. And in the YOLO, they make some good cash, guys. Rich people make good money in the YOLO, and they make good money in the core. And then they transfer money from the YOLO into the core. This is all they do. They get income from the core. They YOLO the income. Then they take the YOLO and they put it back into the core. But they wouldn't call it that way. So it's the core YOLO strategy from their action. Dustin Norton, Blackberry with the diamond hands. My goodness. Corey Worthington II, Beam is good. Beam is good. But Beam has no money, Corey. They got no money, man. Look at their financials. It's terrifying. They only have 0.7 months of cash. So what does that tell me? It sniffs out capital raise. You know what I hate in stock market? Capital raise, because it means they're going to dominate my shares. I hate that. No capital raise. So 0.7 is their cash flow. I've looked at this. All these CRISPR stocks are good, though. They're all good. All CRISPR. My gambling account is empty, though. I gambled it away. Hey, when that happens, Marvin, you got to pull back and you got to say no more. Guys are usually the only ones with the gambling account, by the way. Women don't do that because women are good traders. Guys have the YOLO gambling account. Women, they do it the right way and they usually do better. It's pretty funny how that may work out. John S. Tom, what do you think of the SPY rejection yesterday? I don't think much. I mean, fake market futures came in. We had that. We've just dominated the SPY. We had the fake market futures coming in pretty strong. We obviously saw a rejection from the early morning session. It has not been unlike any other Monday, really. I mean, obviously it was a Tuesday because of Memorial Day in the US. Thank you very much to all of the fallen veterans out there that worked very well. They did really sacrifice themselves for us. But the other thing that happens through this stuff is that the Mondays or the Tuesdays or whatever, we're often seeing these futures come in incredibly green and then go red. And then go, like they go green in the morning. They've done it. We do a lot of streams. And I would say at least 75% of the time, the market is going in super green on a Monday, and it is completely going opposite after that point. Mondays are well known to be one of the worst investment days, worst trading days of the week. If I was taking a day off, I would take Monday off every day. You know, like Garfield, how he says, I hate Mondays. I like Mondays. Come in, watch the stream. Don't go anywhere, guys. I'm not allowing you to have a Monday off. You still got to view it with me. But yeah, Mondays are the worst. In Forex, in fact, I wouldn't even trade a Monday. I don't even load a chart on Monday because it's so crappy. And why is that? Because what happens in the market futures, we don't have any lead from the US. We don't have all the markets open. So in the morning, we have only Asia open, where I am here in Australia and obviously all of Asia. Then we have Europe open. And then we have the US open. And the big dogs, the US, these guys tell everyone else, they're like, what? You guys think it's all up? We think it's down because we have more money. And then they push it down. And then the next day we go into proper market. So yeah, Mondays, I don't think much about it. At this stage, things are looking pretty good this morning. Much better. You know, we talked about this price action movement. Sneaky 15-minute traders already taking it long here early in the session. They're taking it long. Is this fake market? Sure. Would traders be taking these kind of things? I believe so. Where are they going to take it? Up into the highs, 13,750 plus. So that's going to be super interesting as well. But Beam is tough. Monica says, I'm in love with you, Tom. Really? Well, thank you very much, Monica. Appreciate it. I better not tell my wife about that one. If Helen's watching, well, watch out, Helen. Watch out. Doctors just have 5 gambling accounts, no core. That's so true. Surgeons have apps. Is there any surgeons out there in the crowd? I would love to know if a surgeon watches our show. Doctors or surgeons, put your hands up. Tell us your portfolio in the chat. I want to know right now. That would be funny. Jay Pritchard says, Crichton, I wouldn't use TA on AMC, rules won't apply. Pretty much. It's just basic human psychology. Look, TA worked at the 35er because we knew that was an all-time high, previous resistance from many years ago. 40, 45, 50, all these round numbers will be sell-off points. We've already seen that's the way the market acted. Just before 30, sold off. Round 35, sold off. Round 40, I expect weakness. So yeah, I think that's quite valid. Do we have? Where's this? I was like 420 today, lol. Weed stocks then. Full YOLO. Who's this? J Dub says, I'm a love doctor. That's disturbing, Jay. Lol, wife strikes, yeah. Because Bitcoin is my gambling account is huge right now. I'm going to have to lose a lot so I don't have to give it all to Uncle Sam. Fair enough there, John S. Well done in making some money. What else is going on here? We got full YOLO. Oh, there we go. Yannick Yevs. 70% options. Oh, yes. So we have a surgeon here, Yannick. And he has confirmed our thoughts that all surgeons and all doctors are YOLO masters. And I can tell you from the ones I've known, unbelievable stories, guys. Unbelievable stories. In fact, so bad that they may be trading during surgery. That's pretty bad. Getting the little YOLO phones out. Oh my God, my options are down. Call my broker. While you do open heart surgery. That'd be pretty bad. I'm sure that's not allowed. We will not mention this anymore after this day. VIX 1752. This is the volatility index for anyone in the US. or anyone around the world that doesn't know what it is. It's down, which is good for markets. Markets are starting to turn green here in the session. Of course, 39.14 here for AMC on the left-hand side. We are 29 minutes away. We've covered off some stuff. We've covered off our thoughts on the crypto markets. Still really shaky, still random. Looks a lot better, though, than it was. We've covered off some of the stocks. Let's go through the tweeters. How's the tweeter going? Nothing here to see, I don't think. Let's have a look at the daily. I liked the sell-off yesterday, actually. It hit 56, so it went 58 to 56. Now, this is the first time in a while that I've actually considered Twitter. And the reason I like the sell-off is it finally hit the 20. And to me, it was getting close enough to my range, which was about 55.80 here. I have an aim, and that aim is to get the Twitters at least up to 62. But I want 64 because I'm greedy on the Twitters. Why? I don't know. I just feel like it's going to do a little bit better based on the fact that I'm using Twitter. And I've never used Twitter in my life. I used to hate it. And now we use it. By the way, follow at FX Evolution. Wait, where do I go? How do I use this, guys? There we go. 1370. If we have everyone here subscribe to the Twitters right now, then we might have double. So I post here some other comments. Hey, this is a good one. So over the last 20 years, the healthcare sector, interestingly, has outperformed the SP 500 70% of the time in June. Average performance is 0.8% over the SPY for the month. That's actually a pretty good stat. It's in line with what I'm thinking, which is we've seen healthcare sector start to rotate through. So that's really good to see. Let's go back over to our charts and continue on. CRM, nothing to see here. Net, nothing to see there. Square, boring, but still recovering here. Long leg doji on the 4 hour. Let's have a look at the daily. Long leg doji on the daily, 20 and 50. Boy, oh boy, would I love to see Square above here, guys. Bring that 240 action on. Day traders will get involved there. 20, 50, squeeze. That's the squeeze between the two moving averages. Closure above, decision made. I still believe that Square is... I don't care about Bitcoin for Square. It never mattered to me. What matters... that's a bonus if it goes back up. What matters to me on Square is coffee shops. I want to see coffee shops and lending and their financial license. Remember, they have a banking license. That's a big deal. I'm telling you, Square comes to Australia, I'll bank with them straight away. Bang. Let's go. Bang. Yannick, which we now know is a surgeon. CHF $10. IDXX, please. IDXX. $5.50. This is health technology, medical specialities. Finding some resistance across this one. Thank you very much for the generous $10 donation there. Appreciate that. Let's have a look at the weekly. Welcome to the 1,355 viewers as well. Keep liking it up, guys. 1,372, sorry. If you've been enjoying the stream, make sure to subscribe. It does help us out on our road to hopefully getting 100,000 subs by the end of the year. That's my aim. 100K by 2021. Is it possible? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe I need you to tell me what I should be making more videos of. Actually, if you have recommendations or things you want to see and you think they're going to be big, send them through to me. It does help out. I'm prepared to make these tutorial videos eventually. So we've got 20 moving average constantly holding it up. We do have this resistance. I wouldn't be concerned about it at all from the perspective of it's just testing this zone. Let's go down into the daily. See how it's actually 1 day is not enough to really be worried about. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to the 2 hour. Again, it's fine. Oh, I just really want it to go through. Series of higher lows makes me think it can. So you got trough, peak, higher trough obviously coming through. And then this will be a higher peak. It's doing the right type of thing. If you start to see a little bit of consolidation here, that will be very strong towards a breakout as well because it's effectively coiling. Oh, I quite like it, but it hasn't broken yet. Put that trend line down, man. Trend line through the lows, and if it does, and that'll give you some more diamond hands because even if it does come down here, you expect it to bounce and break. Ideally, this breaks in the next couple of days. So keep watching it, and it does look good. Thank you for the donation. Mitchell and Raymond Aaron Miller, $10. Thank you. Hi, Tom. How strong is the $35 support on AMC? If there is an open sell-off, is it a good buy zone? Oh, it is a pretty strong zone. To me, it's strong. And that's only because, look, I don't think anything's super strong in this kind of really crazy market, okay? But when you've got a double peak that comes through from 2015 and 2016, this resistance level, I just can't expect, and it sold off from there, that there won't be some buyer lines around this zone. And people are feeling the FOMO, they're feeling the YOLO, they're feeling the euphoria. We had a 45 according to the room. 45 in the pre-market or close or somewhere around. That's insane. So if we had such a strong level, then yeah, 35 should be okay. We don't have any structure. We don't have normal TA. It's purely just a hunch based on previous resistance, based on the fact that these round numbers matter to the apes. Fake meat stocks up. Beyond. Oh, Beyond took a tank. Beyond took a nasty tank. Let's have a look at the daily. Kind of hit where... Oh, didn't quite hit. Jeez, that's a big tank. %. Now pre-market 143. I don't know why this is showing it's down 0.07. It's up. Right where you'd hope it to bounce as well. Look, we've been looking at Beyond for a while. It's a pumpy-dumpy stock for sure. I always worry for one thing here, and that is that if you want to invest in this, the moat of the company. If I was McDonald's, or I was Hungry Jack's, or I was whatever else burger place, insert burger A, and I have a friend that works for a pretty large, fake meat company that's doing really well, and they taste better than Beyond. Okay, they get into this business, and it's all just branding. And I've noticed a few businesses with branding where sometimes it just doesn't hold up over time, and that's my main issue here. But yeah, it's at the support. Resistance becomes support. It bounced off today. Ideally, this chart is incredibly hard to read. Where does it stop? 160 would have been my initial call. Now I've seen this price action. I'm guessing like a 180 plus. But yeah, I don't really like that stock at this stage. So Mitchell, 35. That's the answer on AMC. Thank you very much for the donation. Let's go back to reading the chat here. Silverliner, I'm waiting for a new high on Tilray. Let's have a look at Tilray. Oh yeah, you need a new high on Tilray. That'll be a great one if it does occur. Big short, big nasty candle. If we get a big closure above there, it would be very, very strong. So yep, I agree with you. AMD, please. Yep, we can do AMD. I saw a question about that before. Let's do AMD. So AMD hit an 82, and now it's coming back down. Did it complete this? So we had an inverse head and shoulders here, didn't we? 4 hour. Take the change. Nope, wouldn't have completed yet. So our aim was about, 85 here on AMD. And it's 81.20, fell down. I don't really think there's much to be worried about. Like most of the hyper stocks, they've all made these really nasty looking candles. And these are nasty candles. Like that's a shooting star, pin bar, whatever you want to call it. Very big rejection style candle. Not one that I would be happy with. But I think AMD has a good base around this level, which is about 79. It has, generally speaking, done okay. It should have hit 84 first. So ignore this candle for a second and we go down to the 1 hour. Is there anything for us to be concerned about this stage? I don't believe so. So keep watching it. Nasdaq will be the key defining point for AMD. I don't know why it sold off so much yesterday, but at this stage, it's still in the uptrend towards 84. Hopefully it does go well. Edson, did I forget about you? Huyia. Sorry, man. Did I not do this? It just looks like one of the others, I guess. Hawaii. Hua. Sorry, man. That I missed you. Yep. Looking better. I might look at this with volume. I want to see it with volume. Where's my volume? There it is. Oh, baby. Look at that. Look at that volume. Yeah, so we've seen this a bit of accumulation going on with some of these. This is a packaged software service company. It's 3.61 billion. Good volume coming through here. Break of the 20. Nice. First break of the 20 all the way from all of this hideous shorting. Boy, oh boy, that thing got shorted. So December it ran hard into January. Why did this get belted so much? What happened here? Earnings, bad. Earnings, mediocrity. Jeez, that's shorted off. What is this thing? So it's 100% to the top, tippity top again. Look, I think the volume accumulation here is compelling. We haven't seen this accumulation. See how here it was kind of weak in the accumulation? Here is showing this. This is good volume, guys, in the recovery. Daily 20 being broken, hitting above the resistance. That's good stuff. Good spot, man. You're finding the base. I like that. Yeah. Look, if you're looking at it, you got a little double bottom down here in the smaller time frames, but that volume is good. I like this. I like a return back to here. You're trying to pick the bottom, so it's obviously a lot harder, but that's the type of thing you do look for. And generally speaking, this thing is belted, so I would have a quick look at the fundamental side as well. When you're trying to buy these lows, you're usually investing, which means that you need to bring technical analysis along with fundamental analysis. And most TA people won't say that, but you've got to bring both together. If you don't bring them both together, you're not doing yourself a favor. If you're trading random Apple up and down each day, well, you don't need to care about the fundamentals. But if you're trading this kind of recovery, you need to know what the hell is going on here. ARK dumped them. What? ARK dumped them and this happened? What? ARK buys them back? Is this what happens when ARK dumps something? So ARK buys it and then dumps them and it's over. Chinese stock are. A lot of those Chinese stocks are down quite a lot. Speaking of Chinese stocks, let's go to JD. What a day yesterday. Really nice. I'm looking for a pullback here. So this consolidated. We actually saw the closure here. It was a great entry point through our series of lower peaks. We saw the consolidation above the zone that we've been watching. We got that 3-child policy. I'm looking for pullbacks now. I believe these stocks are on. And why do I believe they're on? Because when you look at something like the Hong Kong 50, you'll notice that it's breaking through really key resistance and it's been hated for a long time, which makes, and now you've got this doubt in your mind. You're like, oh, I don't know if it's that good. Maybe it's a little bit trash. I don't want to own it anymore. When you have the doubt, usually that brings the good point to invest. Now, let's have a think about this level. We've got big, giant consolidation here in the Hong Kong 50. It's come back to a 20. Look at that. Look at the price action here. Imagine if we get a new peak over here. New peak. Then we're really on for some upward action into this level. So a lot of these stocks are starting to move in Asia. They're starting to feel a little bit more life behind them. Jesse Wheeler says, what do you think of BB? So we had a look at BB before. BB, we had 1420 as the first level. And then after that, honestly, the moon, man. You could be looking at 20 and then 28. Matt Chu T Hang says, BB going to $30 end of week. I'm holding you to that, Matt Chu. Come into the Discord community. And make sure, by the way, ! Discord if you want to join the Discord community. We've got a public Discord and a private Discord. That would be good. Benevolent One says, multiple window less often. Oh, we're just doing it today because of the AMC thing. TA is not as nice with half the screen. Richard Haynes says, dudes earning his subscribers. Everyone else is telling their subs that AMC will replace the global economy at $500,000 per share. Are you talking about me, Richard? Yeah, I'm not going to tell you that, man. Nah, look, AMC will go, but eventually there will be problems just due to human psychology. Some guy will dump it, or someone nasty will do something, and it'll end up doing what it does. But where it gets to before that, who knows? Can you check out the Shanghai Index about to break monthly support? Andreas, I totally agree with you. You look at any of these. We'll look at the Shanghai Composite. I'll show you guys. Shanghai Comp. Where I had it yesterday. Where was the code? I don't know why I don't have it. I should really remember the code on it. Breakout occurring. 1 month. See this? Very significant breakout. And that's why these stocks could be going in for some serious times, because Asia has a real ability to take YOLO on the whole market to another level. You know, you guys think in AMC it's YOLO. It can go YOLO the whole market in Asia when it gets started. So yeah, breakout's good. JD, one of my ones that I'm looking at. And we saw the Baidu as well go through yesterday. Let's have a look at that. Go to the monthly, weekly. This is one owned by ARK. ARK like this one. Not as big a fan of it. 4 hours. 4 hour about to get 2050 cross. In fact, it actually has had it. Recovering nicely. So yeah, we'll keep watching these ones on the channel. We're certainly getting more interested in them. Baba, yeah, I'm on the fence on Baba. Do you guys like Baba? I don't like Baba. How about PLTR update? Or did the kids make me miss that again? Yeah, you missed PLTR, but I'll do it for you. All right, we're going to go single screen here for a little bit as we dial on in. We've got a couple of minutes. Let's do PLTR. Guys, it's your time to pick what we watch into the session update. So we've got AMC obviously being watched. We're going to probably watch maybe BlackBerry on the open. So you've got 2 slots. What do you want to watch into the open? Let me know right now. Vote in the community chat, guys. Vote on in there. So here's the resistance. Here's the resistance for PLTR. You have a very clear level of war. You got to pull back here. Imagine you get a closure above here. Oh my goodness. I believe above this zone, which is above here, you are going to have some serious bull action come back into PLTR. I think $28, man. $28 after this zone. Yes. Let's do it. $28. These rejections remind me of, you know, big sell-offs in the market that when you get past here, you start really taking out stop losses and really pushing through that FOMO momentum. But nothing's changed on PLTR from what we talked about. We've broken through. We're seeing recovery now. I don't expect weakness. Down here, I was worried for you guys so hard. I was worried. Very, very, very hard. I was worried. But right now, with the recovery, it's much better. And as soon as we got through 2130, to me, that was kind of like, I feel good. I feel good again. Facebook. I don't love Facebook, but I like the stock. I did like the stock. Yeah, Facebook still remains one of my biggest FANG positions that I think is undervalued to its current random businesses that it owns. A lot of people say, oh, I hate Facebook. I think it's like the ultimate combo meal deal. It's kind of got forums in it now. All the forums have gone to Facebook groups. You've got all the old people on there. You've got me on there, the Boomer Tom. I'm on there as well. I barely use it, but I use it for the marketplace. And I see it as like, you know, kind of like the grassroots eBay or Craigslist in America meets live streaming randomness meets like, you know, all that new kind of division. And of course, behind them, they've got Oculus. They've got a whole bunch of other great businesses as well. So yeah, I don't think Facebook's that bad. But at this stage, it's just hanging around, looking for new highs. I still think that my target for it is 350, 360 plus. So yeah, don't know when it happens. Let's go through Snowflake. Yep, fair enough. Snowflake looking good. 240 close yesterday. Like to see a little bit of follow through to 244. I'm feeling it to the long here. I think that was a significant breakout, significant recovery. And this was a super big resistance zone that it's kind of getting through. Maybe you wait for a little bit more of a peak and then you take it to the 270, I think we're looking for on this, 275. Is it 275? 265 and 280. 265, 280. Snowflake looks good. Facebook is like a 55 plus social media community. They got money, man. If they've got money, plus you've got penetration through a whole bunch of other areas. Look, I look at who I went to school with. They all still use it. Facebook hits current money demographic. Do I think it's strong in 10 years? Probably not as strong. But right now it's hitting current money demographic. It's just not hitting that 2,500. It's not the future. It's the current. And what are you trading? You're trading the current, not necessarily always the future. Don't forget Facebook owns Instagram. Of course. And they own WhatsApp. Yeah. WhatsApp. Why snow? Just been looking at it. So we've got AMC. Let's get that thing up. 38. We're going to be watching that around the 40. We have, of course, we're going to put BlackBerry on the charts. I don't know if we've ever done that before, but we're going to watch it because today it's interesting. Going to put that on a 5-minute chart here, Siddharth, for you. We'll put this one on a 5-minute chart as well, guys, for the AMC. We'll get that one up there. And what are the other ones that you guys suggested? So we've got SPCE. Sorry, Stamina. I'm not going to put it on. I think 35 was a very good level for that. Tesla and Facebook. Andy Pandy. Tesla, Nasdaq, IWM, COS, Tesla, BlackBerry, Space, SafeMoon, Rashad. Can you look at Enphase? We will. I will do that. I will do that for a member of our community here on YouTube. So we'll bring up what looks like it's going to be. It's going to be Tesla, and it's going to be the Nasdaq. 5-minute and daily. Let's get the 5-minute. Look, I didn't cover Tesla too much this morning because realistically with Tesla, if you want to know where it's going, I mean, we're still kind of just thinking 666. Nothing's changed. We're in the middle of a zone. We're still in the uptrend. Little bits of consolidation here. You can see on the 4-hour, a little bit of consolidation. Strong closure above here will instantly trigger buys. I believe they'll go about $20, $26 fairly quickly. So a closure above here would be very significant on the 4-hour. You can watch that on the 2-hour as well. I think both will be big. If you're interested in Tesla, that will be that one. Let's do Enphase now. We've got Enphase down here. Enphase starting to look better. There it is. Pre-market 139.43 from what I have. Could be incorrect. Let's just quickly go across. So we've got support. Could be a little double top. But remember, it's consolidation at this point. Could be a double top, closure below, negative for Enphase traders, closure above, super good for Enphase traders. 170, guys. I'm not even kidding you. I think above this point, 170. I might even get in. If we close above this point. I got the micro switches on my roof right now. Very cool. Pi is 8.53973 yum. Just joined the Diamond Hands community. Thank you so much, Pi. Appreciate your support of the channel. And welcome to the community. Give him a quick clap. Give Pi a clap, or him or her. Doge, please. Is Doge moving again? Did Elon come out? Or is it just moving because the rest of crypto is recovering? Oh, that was a big, strong move. Is this an Elon move? I haven't been looking at it. It's at resistance, guys. Support, resistance. It's a bit of an issue for it. I wouldn't be surprised, a little bit of pullback. If you're interested in Doge for some reason, if it did pull back hard, about 38 would be the level. That kind of zone. I don't think it acts that technically, but yeah, that's it. Support, resistance. You can see it here. 4 minutes till the market opens. Let's have a look around the broader levels. 38.30 for the AMC squeezes. We've got BlackBerry at $13.10. We've got 620 in the pre-market here for Tesla. US 113.673. Thanks everybody for giving a big welcome to Pi. Many claps for Pi. That's right. Coin added Doge to their wallet. Oh. But they said they were going to do that. Oh my God. The crypto market is so funny. They literally said they were going to do it. I guess they've done it faster. I think they said the next coming months and they've done it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. There we go. Coinbase added. Unbelievable. That is a pumpy McDumpy, guys. Pumpy McDumpy. Dumpy is the key word. Never holds. They never hold those announcements. They're pumpy and they're dumpy. So just remember that. Let's have a look at these market. AMC 18.7%, BlackBerry 12.37, Cost 9.63. Big numbers coming out in the squeezes. Let's move over to the real market. See what I did there? Chartercoms 2.19%, Coinbase 1.7%. The market loves Doji, but more importantly, it likes a bit of recovery in the crypto for Coinbase. I guess we're still feeling that's probably a little bit under where it should be. I think probably about 300 is going to be where it gets to as long as crypto recovers a little bit here. Zoom 1.52 after the earnings. Didn't read it, but should be all right. And Airbnb, we didn't talk about that. We might bring that one up. On the downside, nothing too terrible here on the downside. So 2 minutes to go. Let's bring up Airbnb. Where are you, Airbnb? This is looking good. I like a lot about what I'm seeing. I like the volume that's coming through here. Did I miss the hype song? Oh, guys, all right. We'll skip Airbnb. We'll go hype. Let's do it. Intro number 11. What am I thinking? You guys are squeezing AMC out of control and I'm not playing the hype music. All right, let's do it. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button. Just click it, guys. Just click it for the intro. Like or dislike, doesn't matter. It all works on the YouTube algorithm. Good luck, AMC holders and BlackBerry and all you other guys. Let's make some money. That's me with Doji. Boy, oh boy, I can't believe I almost missed the intro today. I even added the 8 password in for you guys. Actually, check this out. See, look at my background, guys. Look at that. Damn. Look at that beautiful rocket going to the moon. Isn't that beautiful? It's great art there. Fantastic. I live in the real YOLO lifestyle here with my rockets in the background. All right, let's move over. Market about to open. We have market opening in 10 seconds. Let's get the bell ready. Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Beautiful Nasdaq bell there, guys. The sound. Let's have a look at AMC. Where are we? Where'd it go? What the hell? It's gone off my chart. AMC is gone. Let's go to the 15 minutes, see if I can pull that there. 37.71. There we go. Had no trade on it. Must have gone straight into a halt or something. There we go. $37 for AMC. BlackBerry gets beaten with a big stick early here. 12.60. Diamond hands. More like paper hands early in the session, but that's all right. We expect AMC to probably come down to around the 35-ish area. Just hit the previous peak. So does anyone care about that? Probably not. US 100, 13,660. A little bit of sell-off into the previous peaks. Let's see if it can recover quickly here. And then we've got Tesla 621. Go through the other stocks. What do we got? Airbnb, another nice green day. Well, not nice, but 0.49. SE, all the hyper stocks down a little bit. US 500 up 0.11. BTC continuing to climb, 37.6. That's nice. Ethereum doing really nice, 27.42, and ADA hovering around 1.76. This has probably had such a big move on it with ADA recovering so well that I think the others, like BTCs, might outperform percentage-wise, and same with Ethereum. So it's all on today, but it's still early. There's the squeeze stocks. GME down 1.04%. BlackBerry only up 10 now. Was up a bit more before. And AMC coming well off the 44 plus highs that we saw aftermarket, pre-market. JD having a breather after yesterday. Still looking positive, though, in the markets, I think. AMC off the charts. Yeah, AMC. I thought AMC might have gone to 70. I almost had a heart attack. But it was all right. McAfee. What about McAfee? No McAfee. Love the new memes. That's thanks to the community, actually. So you guys in the FX Evolution Discord community, it's a very beautiful thing. You guys share all the good memes. Plenty of memes that come in daily. Look at them all. So good. Oh, I like this one too. Crypto market. That's a good one. Obviously, we've got the private side, public side, then we've got the private side as well. But there's plenty of people in all of them. So we've got, I think we're over 4,200, 300 members now. It's, in terms of just overall, it's amazing stuff. So AMC now moving 3770, BlackBerry 13, and the Nasdaq finding support on that previous resistance zone, which is great to see here early. Perfect. Exactly what we want. Exactly. Come on. I want to see AMC hit $40. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to go 1 minute chart. Come on now. $40. That's all we need from you, AMC. Just underneath 40, like a 39.80. Just give us a 39.80. US 100 starting to powerhouse. 13,683. Day traders are coming through. What's this little percentage here? They moved it. Look at that. Little 0.21 sneaky amount early in the session. They love doing it. They love scaring retail traders. I swear to God. Push down. Retail traders, oh no, another red day. They get out and then they go instantly back up. So for AMC, it's going to be very volatile today. Who knows where it ends? You'd be literally guessing. What do I think happens? I really don't know. Guys in the community, what do you think? Is it go up by the end of the day or down? Bitcoin's moving, certainly is. Tilray on the way up. All right, let's move off Tesla for a second. 3.47. What's Sundial doing? What's meme stock doing? 4%. So I think Sundial's still going to find some buys. I think it's a dog thing. You know, I hate it. But 1.04, yeah, it may still find buyers here based on what we saw previously in the big runs. If BlackBerry is doing a 13, Sundial could be going strong. So Andy Pandy says $50 for AMC. Tom, is the DXY having another fake breakout? Certainly could be, Muhammad. Certainly could be. So dollar index, it really is. It's all about, I'm checking daily and 8-hour timeframes only. I traded a little 2-hour, but I'm just looking at daily only. So you can see here the false breakouts that have been occurring. There's a false breakout. And then could today be a very aggressive pre-market. So they're happening in London, and then they're selling off hard into the US sessions. Paul Nanny says AMC is replacing the US dollar today. Wow. AMC up, AMC 40.01. Red candle, but overall up for AMD. AMD or AMC? Goose says red candle, but overall up. I get you. So it drops from today's open. Fubo going up. Fubo's got good price action on it. Fubo is in our watch list. Don't worry about that. We be watching. Great level here. Previous resistance support. Fubo, where was our take? $30 expectation for the Fubo. All right, everyone. Well, as always, thank you very much for joining us into this session. I know I've enjoyed it a lot, and I hope you guys are going to have a good and profitable time. We've managed to lock down some good stuff on the US 100 today. I think that was always a good TA. Gold still in our strong. We've got laser eyes on gold. We're still focusing on that. Great hyper stock movement. Do we have any nice ones that make me happy today? I'm feeling all right. But I want this one up. Stop being down ARKG. I don't know why I have that one as well, but I do have ARKG, and it's annoying me. Wow. Let me see. Is it annoying me? Yeah, it's annoying me. So this is being lame. But the other stocks all look pretty good. All right, guys, good luck. We'll continue to follow the healthcare, technology sectors, materials, whatever else we feel is good at the time. I hope everyone makes as most as possible. And of course, if you're interested in finding out about anything else we do over at fxevolution.com, you can check it out in the links in the description below, either joining the private community or, of course, you can also buy our courses there. We've got a launch special on the Ultimate Masterclass options course included, or the beginner options section included. So if you're interested in any of that, check it out. We'll see you tomorrow, and it's going to be a good day. I'm feeling it. Bye for now. Truly Messiah says I got a big shareholding in ARC-G. Yep, that's good. Can you buy more? David Taylor, exclamation mark Twitter. Good. Gravity Falls says, wish you all lots of tendies. Exactly. Get the tendies. And Josephine Van Schaik says, thank you, Tom. See you tomorrow. And everyone else does as well. Thank you very much, everybody. $14 a magnet for BB. Absolutely, Kevin.